Just thought I'd introduce you to a little model of what happens when you start to learn about a subject. Fingers crossed everybody is getting to that happy stage, and there's something quite unpleasant that can happen, which if you're not expecting it can take you sideways. So at the beginning you have no knowledge and no confidence. Before you start learning about a subject, you don't know anything about it, and you know that you don't know anything about it. And then you start to learn, and as you learn, your confidence increases. It increases quite quickly because the way most learning curves go is that your fastest rate of learning is in the very early days. And that can be a wonderful feeling. But the problem with this is that you don't actually know anything at this stage. This is what we call Mount Stupid. This is where your confidence is high because you've got a little bit of knowledge, but you don't actually know how much you don't know yet. This is where the woke people live. This is where the people who have picked up their knowledge from YouTube videos, for example, or from the internet or from bloggers. This is where anti-vaxxers live, who think that they know more about immunology than immunologists. This is where people live who will read second-hand sources that make it all seem very simple. And these people generally believe that they know more than anybody else. It's a wonderful, wonderful place to be. The problem with being at the top of Mount Stupid is that you don't get to stay there unless you stop learning. If you don't learn any more at this stage, you're fine. But if you start learning more, you start noticing that what you believe is not the same as what everybody else believes. And then your confidence takes an almighty knock. You ski down the south side of Mount Stupid, and you come to a very sudden, ugly stop at the end when you realise that the things that you thought you understood, you don't. The things that you thought you knew were the sort of bumper sticker versions of it, the simplified versions of it. And being pushed off the top of Mount Stupid is a very uncomfortable thing. It can make people very angry because it's not nice to be down here. This is what we call in learning, or what I call, the valley of despair, where you've had all of your early illusions shattered, and you are now convinced that you will never understand this properly. You know now that what you thought was right isn't. But then if you keep learning, your confidence slowly increases, and then it'll take little dips. It won't go up in a steady pattern. You will have days where you don't think you know anything at all, and the quicker you are learning, the more likely you are to have these little dips. But eventually your knowledge and your confidence will increase to the stage where they match. At the very beginning, when you're at the top of Mount Stupid, your knowledge is considerably less than you believe it to be, and when you're in the valley of despair, you actually probably know a little more than you think you do. The ultimate goal of learning is to reach the stage where you have an accurate appraisal of your own knowledge. So I just wanted to throw that one out there. If you are at the moment very, very sure that you know everything you need to know, and that perhaps the experts have all got it wrong, you're at the top of Mount Stupid. If you think you're never going to get this, you won't understand, you're in the valley of despair. But don't stop there, because things really do improve, and it is worth keep going on that road.